While the Turf Wars DLC suits were a lot better than the Heist, the suits included in Silver Lining need to be the best of the bunch. This is probably our last chance to get our most requested suits in the game, and as consumers, we deserve what we want since some of us spent $400 to play this game. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy RonnyPugs back again with my suit predictions for the last chapter in Spider-Man PS4's The City That Never Sleeps DLC, Silver Lining. And going off what we got in Turf Wars, it's safe to assume these suits won't be following a specific pattern, including an Insomniac original, like we've seen in the pre-order bonus and the Heist. So my predictions today are going to include the two suits that I feel are the most requested among the community, as well what I believe the suit in this teaser image is, assuming this is a picture of Silver Sable with her arm around Spider-Man. Which leads us into my first prediction of the video, the suit I believe that's being teased in this preview image, the Assassin Spider-Man suit. I made a video a few weeks ago trying to predict what suit is being teased in this image, and I ultimately decided on the Assassin Spider-Man since this image does appear to have no webbing, black lenses, and overall the Assassin Spider-Man would work with the type of character that Silver Sable is. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's sort of like how using the Noir suit versus Hammerhead works, how using the Negative suit versus Mr. Negative works, so it just seems like the Assassin Spider-Man would fit the type of character that Silver Sable is. And while I would love to see the Alex Ross suit or the Superior, I'm predicting that this is the Assassin Spider-Man since the Alex Ross was only concept art for the first Raimi film and the Superior suit is possibly being saved for a sequel. This is also one of those low-key suits that not a lot of people know about, like the Dark suit or Fear itself, and I can see Insomniac putting it in the game just off of that reason, and this would also serve as a good substitute to the two other costumes I mentioned earlier since they're basically the same thing. Now my next prediction for the DLC, and a suit that I'd argue is the most requested behind a specific movie suit, is the Sensational Spider-Man, one of my favorite designs ever for a Spider-Man costume, and personally my favorite Ben Reilly design. The suit was also worn by Mayday Parker, Peter and Mary Jane's daughter in another timeline, and for some reason my elementary school only had Spider-Girl books, so being exposed to those books at such a young age created a love for this suit. Given that we already have two Scarlet Spider suits, it makes sense to include the missing piece to complete the set. We recently saw this with the Iron Spider and MK1 in Turf Wars. Prior to that we had multiple armored Spider-Man costumes but not the original, and we also had the movie Iron Spider but not the comic version. The only free-roaming Spider-Man game we've seen this suit in was Web of Shadows for the Wii, and I think it'd be best to include it in the game since it would complete the clone set, while at the same time giving us something that we haven't really seen before. And with the two thumbnail suits out of the way, we move on to my last prediction, and aside from the Alex Ross suit, my most wanted in the game and my final prediction, Dusk. This is such an underrated suit. There's a lot of detail put into it, especially around the torso section of the costume, and if you're about to comment something about me wanting Dusk in the game, go ahead and delete that because my real final prediction for the last suit in the Silver Lining DLC pack is the Silver Lined one himself, the Raimi suit. This is no doubt the most requested suit among the community. You could argue that the main thing people are talking about with this game right now is the Raimi suit, and since the majority of the fanbase wants the suit in the game, I see no reason why we shouldn't have it. The only thing that could be holding the suit back is approval from Marvel and Sony. Maybe part of the deal to make this a console exclusive was to only promote the MCU films, but even so, if enough people are demanding this suit in the game, you're gonna get those same people playing the game longer altogether. I even predicted that the last DLC is when we're most likely to see this suit, even before I thought the name Silver Lining could be a double meaning. If this truly is the last DLC we'll see in Spider-Man PS4, Insomniac, you need to go out with a bang with not only the best DLC chapter, but including the best suits for last. And before we wrap things up, while I would love to see the 2002 version of this suit since it is my personal favorite version of it, I'm predicting we'll see the Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 version of the suit just because it's more iconic. So there you have it, my final predictions for the Silver Lining DLC suits. A quick recap is on screen now. Let me know what you guys thought of my predictions and share your personal predictions down below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow my social medias, and I will see you guys again in the next video.